Hey everyone, it's Jason Katzenback here along with Mr. Mike McClary. Say hi, Mike.
Hey everyone.
Glad to have you here. So good news is you're on this call right now. The bad news is you don't want to drop off this call. We are going to be a packed house, a max of only 1,000 people allowed on this call. We wanted to make this very exclusive. So if you drop off and can't get back on, I'm sorry, you're probably not going to be able to be on here because the replay that we're sending out to you will not include a very special live attendee bonus gift that we're giving away. Now, before we get started, I want to make sure you guys can hear me loud and clear. So if you could put in the question and answer box a yes, Jason, loud and clear, if you can hear me loud and clear. And I'm going to wait to see.
Yep, we got lots of
yeses. Yes. Okay, excellent. So what we're going to be talking about today is the 626 plan. That is the plan of how we've designed ASM with the whole system being designed to be able to get users, members, to 6 figures a year in 6 months. So I'm going to go into more detail on that in a second. So you're probably asking yourself, will this even work for me? What you're teaching, this sounds great, but will it work for me? So here's my questions for you. If you can answer yes to these, do you have a job or you don't? Do you own a business or you don't? Have you sold on the internet before or you haven't? Do you live in the United States or you don't? Have you tried internet marketing before or you haven't? Do you have an idea for a product to sell or no idea whatsoever? Do you have access to a computer and internet connection? And are you between the ages of 18 and 120? I hope you get my point here that truly, I mean this. If you can answer yes to all of these questions, which I'm sure all of you can, then yes, you can use this and it can work for you. I promise you. So now you might be asking yourself, well, Jason, why are you sharing this training? If it works so well, why not just keep it to myself? Like, why would I bother sharing it? Well, there's a big reason why. Is to change your life so that you can live the life you truly desire. If you've ever been to one of our live events, you'll see people wrap around the room at the end of it, coming up to Matt, Mike, Rich, and I, shaking our hands, hugging us, telling us one consistent thing: thank you for changing my life. This has become our passion now. This is our reason why of doing this, because we want to be able to break you free of the shackles that have caused you to be able to be miserable, to not want to wake up in the morning and go to work, to not have the freedom you deserve. And a big thing here is, what's your reason why? Because when your why is big enough, you will find your how. When you are powered with a passionate why, all things are possible. Knowing your purpose for doing this business will motivate you to take action and embrace challenges that will stretch you as much as they will inspire you. So now, do you want any of these? Do you want to work for yourself? Do you want to live life how you want? Do you want to quit your job? How about, do you want to travel the world? Do you want to stop trading time for money? Do you want to provide for your family? Do you want to not be tied down? And do you want to have financial freedom? Well, I want to introduce you to Galya and Andrei. You can see their quote here. We decided to start ASM because we wanted to have the freedom to travel, work from anywhere in the world, and be able to do what we love. And if you look at that graph, these two individuals started together 1 year ago today. So put yourself in their shoes and imagine 1 year from now. Look at the results they had. Once they launched their product, they got up to $16,000 a month, ran out of inventory, very normal thing when you're starting up. And then they got inventory back in, $24,000 a month. The next month, $30,000. Next month, $38,000. They're well over $40,000 a month now. They have got themselves a $500,000 a year business in less than a year. And there are many more people like Galya and Andrei. Pat, man, I reached my goal. You can see a bit less than 9 months after my first sale. And Ferris, I hit my goal within 9 months of selling on Amazon. And this month I did $86,000. Travis and Jenna Ziegler, we have now sold our optometry clinics and instead run a multi-million-dollar business that allows us to help provide eye care to those that need it but can't access it all over the world. And Jenna and Travis expect this year, after just 3 years, I believe, of running this business, to be at over $4 million in revenue this year. And there's so many more. You see Kenny Davis, I was able to quit my job. Dana and Jade, we traveled the world last year. Devin and Katie, it's been life-changing. Shin, this business has changed our lives, and they live in Korea, so it doesn't matter where you live. On this webinar, I'm going to walk you through our training plan that is designed to get your business from $0 to $10,000 to $25,000 monthly and growing in only 6 months. That's $120,000 to $300,000 a year. What could that mean for your life if in 6 months from now you owned a business generated $120,000 to $300,000 in annual revenue? Quit your job, go on a vacation, buy a new home, help someone special maybe. You need to first open your eyes though. The world is changing. More and more people are buying online. You know the stories, Toys R Us in Canada, Sears, Roebuck. These stores are closing down all the time because more and more people are going online to buy. You can see here in 2016, out of all transactions happening, out of all purchases happening in total called commerce, only 11.6% were happening online. But in less than 1 year, and actually in just 1 year's time, that increased by 1.5%, and that increase keeps going higher and higher. That means there's more and more people shopping online, meaning more and more people looking for those products that you can sell them, those solutions that they need that you can provide them. And on top of that, look at Amazon. I started selling in Amazon in 2012 to 13. It was only doing 61 to $74 billion a year. In 2018, they're expected to be over $230 billion. That means there's that many more people going to Amazon, that many more people looking for products that you can sell them. So not only is it that there's more people shopping online, Amazon is growing tremendously. Right now, they predict that Amazon is 50% of all online transactions and going, especially in the States. Sorry, all online e-commerce. A much bigger pie means that there's room for new sellers. So when you hear people say, is it too late? That's nonsense. Erase that from your mind. It is not too late. There is so much room. And you don't have to be a marketing genius. Amazon makes it so easy because they are the traffic platform for shoppers, meaning they're bigger than Google now for people searching for buying terms. I want to walk you through a really simple example here to show you just how powerful Amazon is. If you go to Amazon and type in garden hose nozzle, you'll see there's about 6,000 results. That means there's over 6,000 people selling that product. If I add the term sprayer to it, it drops down to 2,000. If I add heavy duty to it, you'll see out of 6,000, it's now reduced to 646 results. Why is that so important? Because look at this, the #1 organically ranked, that means below the paid advertising product, we estimate is doing over $80,000 a month with that product. $80,000 a month in revenue translates to almost $1 million a year in revenue from just this one product. The thing is, you want to create your own brand because really drop shipping is dead. Here's an example for you. We all know the GoPro. So if you're sitting there saying, well, instead of starting my own brand of products, why don't I just sell other people's? Because as you can see on this product alone, there's 56 sellers fighting for the buy box. Amazon only shows one listing per product. So for this product, you will not see more than one listing. So if you want to sell that product, you got to compete. And for this example, you have to compete with 56 other people who are all trying to gain the buy box, and usually they try to do that by offering the lowest price. The lower the price, what does that mean for you? Way less profit. Drop shipping is horrible. Private labeling your own product is the way to go. And you want to tap into this $220+ billion pie by finding an underserved, also known as a hot opportunity. And I want to show you just how simple it is. Look at this product. This product has only 3.3 stars out of 5. That's a poorly rated product. If this was my product, I'd be embarrassed with that rating. But this is such a big thing for you because this bad reviewed product is still earning over $18,000 per month. Imagine if you had a product that had better reviews. How much better you could do than $18,000 a month. And that's just one example. And how do you do this? Well, I'm going to walk you through the 6-step path that we teach. And it really is a simple 6-step path. Now, there's a lot of details to this, but for this training, we're going to walk over this pretty quickly because we don't have a lot of time. The first step is you're going to want to obviously set up your Amazon account. Then you're going to want to pick a product to sell. You're going to want to find a supplier. You're going to want to create your brand, launch your product, and then scale your sales. So let's start with the first step, create your Amazon account. Now, the cool thing, when I started, really the only place you wanted to start an account back then was on Amazon.com, but the world's changed. Last year's revenue by marketplace on Amazon shows, look at all these different places. Germany, 17 billion, Japan, 12, United Kingdom, 11. The interesting thing about Germany is the United Kingdom used to be the big one over there. Germany is exploding. So is Spain. Spain's growing big time. So why I tell you this is because if you're in the United States or even Canada, I recommend, or any, in the northern, southern hemisphere, Americas, I would recommend starting in the United States. It's the best one to get to because of all the traffic. But if you live in Europe, for example, get into the United Kingdom, get into Japan, and then in Germany, because what's so great about it is Amazon makes it so simple. It's not like when you just start and go into the United Kingdom, you can't sell the other places. Amazon actually makes it super easy to sell all over Europe very quickly. But with that said, so if you live in Japan, obviously start there. Japan is booming, by the way. But if you live in the United States, recommend starting there. If you live in Europe, start over there. And to start, we're going to use the example, assuming you're starting on Amazon.com. You simply just go to sellercentral.amazon.com and then click the Register Now button. It's going to walk you through a really simple process. And the good news is that a lot of the process that you go through for registering can be modified. So if you're worried, oh, what if I mess something up? Now, we cover this all in our training in a lot of details in the ASM membership. But just register now, go through the process. It's really simple. The next step is you want to pick a product to sell. And we have 5 criteria that we use for finding a killer opportunity. You want products between $17 to $70. That's what their selling price on Amazon is right now. A bestseller rank of 400 to 6,000. You want it to weigh less than 5 pounds, have less than 1,000 reviews, and have private label potential. So for the first step, price between $17 and $70. The reason we say that is because you go under $17, it's really hard to be able to be profitable enough to make this work. You go over $70, well, then you start taking up a lot of initial money that you can invest in products for a lot of products. So, if you only have a certain amount of money, if your product is much more expensive, there's less inventory you can start with. This has been proven for us that for your first product getting up and started on Amazon, you want to stick to products selling between this price point. The next thing is you want the bestsellers rank to be 400 to 6,000. And this just shows you how much Amazon has changed. When I first started on Amazon, and Matt taught me way back, 6-7 years ago now, we just looked for products that were in the top 100. But now products in the top 100, products that I had selling at like a 200 BSR, now 1,000 BSR matches that for volume of sales. It's absolutely crazy. And you want to focus on the top level BSR rank, meaning the top level category rank. So in this example, you'll see home and kitchen's the top level. Under that, you see subcategories. Ignore the subcategories. When you're picking a product, focus on the top level category. You want to make sure that it's less than 5 pounds, and there's just one simple reason for this. It'll save you money. The heavier the product is, the more expensive it's going to be for shipping, and shipping costs can absolutely kill you if it's too expensive and take away a huge part of your profit margin. Start simple. Start with a lighter product. Then you want to find products with less than 1,000 reviews, and really the simple reason is because that shows that those products really haven't established themselves. And what you're looking for here, so for example, let's say you find a spatula. You want to find at least 2 spatulas, more than 1 definitely, that fit these criteria, because if it's only 1 product, so let's say you find some great product that has all the stats, there's only 1 of them and no other products, well, what's going to happen is there's a chance that just because of the 1, it might have a trademark issue or something like that. So you want to make sure there's at least 2 or more products that fit this criteria. Then the last criteria is really just private label potential. And this applies more specifically to just starting out. When you're getting your first product up on Amazon, you want something that is going to be easy to support. You don't want to get into like trying to design some technical product like the tile mate or even a cell phone. You want to start with simple products that you know do what the customer is expecting. Because if you have to start dealing with technical issues and manufacturing flaws and bad customer experiences, it's going to kill you. You're going to want to start with simple products that you can support very easily. So once you find your product, what's the next step? Well, you want to find a supplier. And thank goodness for the internet, because it makes it so easy for this. An example is, you just want to go to Alibaba. You know, a huge amount of products that people buy come from China. The cool thing with Alibaba now, they're expanding. They don't just give you products from China, they give you products from America, all over the place. But truly, 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 Alibaba is a phenomenal website, and it's improved so much. You might have heard rumors that, oh, people have got messed over using Alibaba. That is not true anymore. And yeah, sure, there might be that 1 in 10,000 that happens. The reality is, and you've seen them on the news, Alibaba is becoming a force. And they really pre-vet their product suppliers, all those kind of things. And I've used them, our customers use them. They're a great place to start when you're just getting started. And in this example, you can see I went to Alibaba, put in garden hose, nozzle sprayer, heavy duty, over 160 products that I could choose from. And you can see here, this one between 60 cents and $1.90 a piece, and a minimum order of only 200. That means that you could start with just 200 products at $2 each. That's a low cost. Now, I don't recommend going with the bare bones product. And oftentimes you'll see that the supplier will try to give you their most bare bones example. You're going to want to make sure your product's better than the competition. But this is how easy it is to source those products. Then once you find the product in the search results on Alibaba, you simply click on it. And from there, you can contact the supplier, you can learn about the company, you can see their reviews. There's just so much information on here that allows you to get started really quickly with contacting your suppliers. Now, you might be wanting to do something instead, like a health product. Let's say you want to do a facial cream or some kind of health product. For that, we recommend not using Alibaba, but using Google and sourcing those products domestically. So for an example here, I typed in organic face wash private label, 942,000 results. You can see right there, 2 examples right on here of products of manufacturers of this type of product that want you to get their product from them, that they will put your own brand, your own label on that product. Okay, so now you've figured the product out, you've got your supplier, what's next? You want to create your brand. To create your brand, it's really simple. You come up with a name that fits your market. So let's use an example. Let's say Green Thumb Water Sprayers. So then you do a Google search for the name. Just type in Green Thumb Water Sprayers with quotes around it and make sure there's not already products out there called that. Once you've clarified that, then use Google again to do a trademark search and make sure that that term's not trademarked. Then you want to check for a domain. So if you're all good at that time, that's the time now to snag up something like greenthumbsprayers.com. Once you've got that, then you go to a place like upwork.com, 99 Designs to get a logo. I do not recommend you use sites like Fiverr because, you know, when you pay $5, you get $5 worth of work. You want your logo to look great. So now you've created your brand, you've got your product. What do you do next? You want to launch your product. Now, before I talk about launching your product, though, I want to just walk through how the whole journey on Amazon works. So when a buyer searches on Amazon, they go there and they'll type in a term sort of like this, light therapy lamp. Then what happens is Amazon will provide you this list of products. The top is usually the sponsored ads, meaning people paying to show their product there. And then people scroll down the page and you'll see that, you know, there's sponsored ads on top, and then it starts getting to the organically ranked, meaning the naturally ranked. So products that aren't paying, Amazon just sees how they're optimized and rank them high. So from this point, you can see the title of the product, you can see the picture of the product, and a few other details. Once they they select the product they want to buy, then they see a screen like this with the good image, how many reviews, you can see it's the #1 bestseller, the title, the price, all of those kind of things. Now, why this is important to understand about the search results plus the listing is because how to make sales on Amazon is you want to rank for good search terms so that you rank high when people search, and you want to create a product listing that converts. The great thing here is Amazon tells you everything you need to know to be able to accomplish these things. If you go to Amazon right now and you type in the term that you want, if you get blue, like spatulas, anything, and then you put a space after it, Amazon's going to now show you the most popular terms related to that in descending order. So what you do is you go through that and you identify some key terms. Now, using this example of depression, lamp, and device, let's look at this product. So this one, Theralite Mood and Energy Enhancing Bright Light Therapy Light. I think that's kind of lame. You want to optimize your title with keywords Amazon's telling you to use. And so here's how I would do my title. Theralite Blue Light Therapy Lamp, remember lamp was a word, device was another word, and depression. So Theralite Blue Light Therapy Lamp Device for Depression and Energy. That title will help you rank much better for those key terms Amazon's telling you people are searching for. Now, the title's a great thing, and I showed you the example. I said titles and then images, because images increase conversions. I find this example so funny. That looks like a pop-up tent. I have no idea what that is. Is that a piece of paper? And the cool thing here is Amazon provides you 9 slots to put images. Why would you not want to take advantage of that? This image is horrible. I look at this and I'm like, I don't know what that product is. They've got 1 good image out of 9 possible. You see the user with the girl sitting there reading, seeing the product. That kind of shows me now, oh, okay, I see what the product is. But the other 2 images, it's like, I don't know. And it's frustrating to look at. It would just make me scroll away because it's like, I'm not risking this. I don't know if this is what I want. You want powerful product images. You want to use all 9 image slots. You want to make sure they're high definition, meaning 1,000 by 1,000 pixels. You want the first image to be the product with a white background. But as an example here, if your product is a simple thing that just with a white background won't really grasp it, put the packaging with it. Make the product pop. You got to think of it this way. When you go into Walmart, Target, or any store like that, you get to grab the product. You get to feel the product. You get to really look close at the product. When people are buying online, they don't get that privilege. So you have to be able to show them everything about your product to make them understand why they want your product. Once you have your first image of a product with the white background, then you want to get lifestyle images in different markets. So for an example, let's say I'm going to use an example. I'll use a spatula again. What I would recommend you do is one example here. Go look at the other spatulas selling. Look at their bad reviews. And let's say you find a product that says it's a great spatula, but the handle broke on me. This is horrible. And let's say you see a few of those. What I would do if I was selling the competitor's product is I would have an image of someone using the spatula aggressively and actually seeing the handle bent so that people can see it's a super strong product. That it actually, you can see the person, so when they're looking at that product image, they're saying, I can see myself using the product like that, and I like that it doesn't break. The next step is when you go to an Amazon listing, you'll see the title, you'll see the images, but you'll see the bullet points. And I see so many people having no clue how to use these bullet points. Bullets summarize the why buy from you. In this example, full spectrum lighting. What in the world is full spectrum lighting? Now, I'm sure there's some smart people on this call are saying, well, Jason, this is what it is. I guarantee you 99% of the people that go on this have no idea what full spectrum lighting is. You never want to assume. Tell them it's okay to put full spectrum lighting, but then follow it up with why full spectrum lighting is such a powerful feature. Bullets that sell address complaints from other products, give benefits of your product, tell about great features of your product, and you do not assume they know. The last thing you want to do is just say, oh, they get it. They know what this product does. That's horrible. Your job is to brag. You want to tell them this is why my product's the best. The next part of your listing is the description. You want to create a description that brags about your product. This description is horrible. It's just a couple of sentences. It's like, oh, I'm too lazy to tell you about my product. What that tells me is like, well, I don't want to buy your product then. You got to sell me your product. Tell me why to buy your product. An irresistible product description has a big attention-grabbing headline. It gives you the reasons why they should buy your product, the benefits, the features. You want to include a manufacturer guarantee if you can, and a call to action. There's a logical step, there's a psychology behind this. When people are reading your description, and if you're hitting on the bullet points that really drive home the sale, by ending it saying, and if you buy today, we'll include a 1-year manufacturer's warranty, meaning that if there's any defect with the product from the manufacturer, we will replace it guaranteed for 1 full year. Buy now by clicking the add to cart button up top. What that does is that helps pull the person through the process, and it truly does increase conversions. So now we've gone through all this, the next part is launching, and I'm going to walk you through the sequence of this. So as I just showed you, the first step is you want to optimize your product listing. That means the title, the images, the description, make sure they're keyword relevant, lifestyle images, all of that great stuff to the best of your ability, especially when you're starting out. You're not going to know exactly everything right to do, but you just need to start with the best product listing that you can come up with. Then you want to get at least 3 reviews. And all you have to do is ask your friends for help. Tell them why, and they will help. Say, hey guys, I'm launching a brand new product and I really would like to get a few reviews on here. Would you guys be able to help me out by buying the product, checking out, and giving an honest review? Your friends will do that, I promise you. Then you want to turn on Amazon sponsored product auto ads. This is so powerful. What this does is this allows Amazon to just start running ads to your product to the best keywords they think. This is going to start getting you traffic instantly. Then you're going to want to create a digital coupon through Amazon to entice customers to purchase your product. And we recommend starting with a 50% off coupon to launch. The whole idea about this is to get sales, to get velocity of sales starting, because once Amazon sees people buying your product, they're going to start ranking you better. The next step is you launch your product by sharing it online along with your discount. Share it with your friends, share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, whatever site you use. Say, guys, I've just launched my new product. I want to celebrate by giving everyone a 50% off. Check it out, and I'd love to hear from you. And then you want to email your friends and family to remind them about the launch. And here's an example we gave. Next, you want to share your product and discount on your personal Facebook timeline. Then you want to create a Facebook business page, and this is different from your personal page and is completely free to set up. On that business page, you want to use using the social media promotion link that you created earlier, you want to post that. So people, you're putting your advertisement all over the place for people to see it with the discount. Once you've got that post on your page, what you want to do is you want to boost it using Facebook's advanced targeting features. This will start getting you traffic right away. So now that you've launched your product, the next step, you want to be scaling sales. And scaling to your first million on Amazon is not as difficult as you think. For example, if you have a product selling at $45, 1 million in sales is 22,000 plus units sold, or only 60 per day on average. At a 30% margin, that's $300,000 profit in a year. So for scaling your product, step 1 is you want to follow up with the launch buyers for reviews. So that means you've launched your product, you have these people that bought, you want to follow up with them and make sure they enjoyed your product and ask them for a review, because more reviews helps with better conversions. Then you want to optimize your listing based on sponsored product ads. So when you started the auto ads, you're going to be able to go in, look at reports, and figure out, okay, so these are the keywords that are actually making me money. I need to take these keywords and optimize my listing, put them in the header, put them in the title, the description. And then you want to optimize your sponsored product ads. Make sure you shut off the ones that are not making money and ramp up the ones that are. And then you want to continue doing promotions and relaunches. You don't have to just launch a product once. You can keep doing promotions, keep doing different strategies to be able to keep the product going. Once you're doing that, you want to expand your brand, and the awesome thing here again is Amazon shows you what to sell. They will actually show you on your listing what people are buying with your product. This is Amazon letting you know exactly that this is a product you want to sell as well. So if people are buying the blue light therapy, here's the thing, get a white noise machine, a perfect complement. Scaling your product, step 2, you want to use your list of buyers from product 1, and this is why we recommend you use inserts and provide great customer service. Inserts allow you to be able to capture information from sellers, so you can have in the insert, hey, here's a discount for 10% off your next order. Go to this website and enter your email and we'll send you that discount right away. You start getting a list of the buyers that you can then remarket to. You want to promote your second product, tell them and say, hey, because you were a buyer of my first product, we're launching the second product. Here's a 50% off link to that product you can have now. And then you want to repeat this process for each new product. And what does scaling your business result in? This. Over $3.5 million from Brandon in this example. Now imagine this. It's 1 year from today. You wake up relaxed at ease. You get out of bed, make some coffee, and log into your computer. You've built a thriving business, and you see that yesterday Amazon shipped out 150 orders for you, giving you over 4,000 in sales in a single day. You check a few customer service emails with some basic questions about how to use your product. You check your sales stats to see how things are going. You check your email for a message from your supplier letting you know your newest product is almost ready for shipment. After a couple hours, you decide to step away and head outside with your family. You're at the beach on a 3-week trip, able to run your business and have fun at the same time. Spending time how you want. You quit your job 1 month ago to run your business full time, finally living life the way you always wanted to. Now, this is a fictional story, but it's not unreasonable. Many people just like you have achieved lives of freedom starting right where you are today. Anika, getting into ASM, I no longer had to choose between family and career because, hey, that's what the opportunity is. I can do both and I'm no longer time restricted. Michael, I bought the house of my dreams. Devin and Katie, it's been life-changing. Nate McHenry, we just got to take an adventure in Maui together, which is super fun, and all of that because of what ASM has provided. Theron, for the first time in really about 5 to 6 years, I enjoy getting up and going to work because I'm working for myself. Tatiana, I was able to quit the job I did not enjoy doing. My business is just flourishing because I started with ASM. Each one of these people followed the exact same path. They started by watching a video or a webinar much like this one, then they took the leap. They started on their journey with Amazing Selling Machine. Fortunately for you, we're excited to announce the brand new ASMX, the most powerful, cutting-edge, fastest version of ASM that's ever been available. With ASMX, you will be able to build your own business and achieve true freedom step by step. You'll have complete confidence and certainty knowing you're following a proven program that's helped many, many people before you. You'll finally achieve the financial freedom, time freedom, and location freedom you've wanted for years. And you'll be building an asset that's worth real money that can be sold for a life-changing amount. You will never have to work for someone else again. ASMX will help you build your business with 5 powerful components. The first component is a completely new online web class. This is an 8-week step-by-step online training program that shows you exactly how to build this business. We've even brought on 2 of the world's best Amazon trainers to walk you through building this business with the web class. Mike and Rich have built successful businesses with Amazon. and have helped thousands of people around the world become incredibly successful with this business. Me, Matt, Mike, and Rich will be by your side throughout your journey through the web class and all of ASMX. Here's what's in the new 8-week online program, and I'm actually going to have Mike walk us through this since you guys just updated all this training.
Hey, awesome. Thanks so much, Jason, and great job. I'm glad to give you a quick little break. Everything's been awesome so far. Now, we just updated it. We spent a lot of time updating it. So while some of the content may be, similar to what we've done before, there's a ton of new material that we've also added into ASMX. So first, we have the welcome module, and don't think of the welcome module as something you get in there and you don't really need to do anything. It's just filled with fluff. That is not the case at all. We have lots of real, actual content that as soon as you join ASM, we want you to get into right away and start taking action. So we're gonna go over such things as why this is the biggest opportunity to build a business right now and today. We're gonna talk about some success principles, how you can make more profit, but spend less time doing that. Also, we're gonna go over nailing your numbers and how fast it is that you wanna scale, because doing this business and selling a lot of products doesn't do you any good if you don't make profit. So we're gonna go over exactly what you need to do right now to prepare for that. We're also gonna talk about what we call the 7-figure foundation principles. And these are the ways that you can actually take action right now and set a foundation for creating a real, sustainable 7-figure business. We're going to talk about different ways to structure business. This comes up a lot, and there's some things you can actually start thinking about right now in the welcome module about how you may want to structure a business. And I'll give you a little hint right now. You don't have to do anything this moment, but we want you to start thinking about what you're going to do once your business really starts taking off. And then we're going to go over a complete Seller Central overview and the requirements that you'll need to know and have with you, such as documentation and anything else you might need, like identification, that you'll need to get your account set up right away on Amazon. And then, in case you don't live inside the United States or wherever you'll be selling, we're going to show you how to bank from just about anywhere in the world. It's no longer the situation where you have to have a bank on the corner in your block or in your city that you have to do all your banking with. You can bank from anywhere in the world and sell from just about anywhere in the world as well. Now, when Module 1 opens up a week from this Saturday, here's some of the things you'll be getting into. Like, this is just a partial list. We don't have time to go over every single lesson. We have, I think, 140 lessons inside of ASMX, so we can't go over and don't want to bore you with all that, but here's some of the highlights what you'll find in Module 1. We're going to talk about the 7 elements of a red hot profitable product opportunity. You'll know that Jason covered the 5 that we look at. Well, inside of ASMX, we're going to take that to the next level. Everything you've seen already will show you how to find good products and really good opportunities. We want to take you to the next level so you can find products that you can start selling right away and have the absolute best opportunities for making profit and get to 6 figures in 6 months, just like Jason was talking about. We're also going to spend time going over what products you want to avoid. So it's not just enough to know what products that you can sell to make money. There are certain products that if you're starting off, if you're brand new at this, you don't want to sell. Not that you can't sell them forever. Some people think that if we tell you, hey, for your first product, don't sell, for example, a lithium battery. Doesn't mean you can't sell that forever. It just means that right now, starting off, we want you to hit the ground running and get to 6 figures in 6 months. So don't sell that right now. Wait till you are more experienced and seasoned, and then you can go in there and sell a lot of these products. We're going to go over the perfect product selection system. Rich Henderson does an amazing job of that, going over exactly how to find products as quickly as possible. We've also added in a lot of tools to help make this process even more efficient. We're going to talk about some other tools that'll speed up your success. We have more tools inside of ASMX that we've had in years, and these are just amazing pieces of software that we're going to give to you so that you can help build your business as quickly as possible. Then we'll talk about creating your primary hot product opportunities list, and then we'll talk about narrowing that list down to your final hot product opportunities. And then once you went through this entire process and you know exactly what to do, we'll show you how to speed up the entire selection process so that when you want to find products 2, 3, 5, 10, it'll be much easier the second time around. And that is just module 1. So in module number 2, we're going to talk about suppliers, samples, and then also kind of making sure that everything is ready in Seller Central to get your product shipped into them. We go over something called product tuning, and this is something, a term that we developed in the past 2 years. And it's more just a term, it's a process, because we found out that originally, this is how ASM has really evolved over the past 5, 6 years. We talk about finding a product just like every other product in the world. Well, you can start off that way, but we're going to show you some really simple things to make your product even better than your competition. And this doesn't involve you going out there and creating a brand new product that never existed, just ways to tune that product. We go over the simple product sourcing system. Jason already showed you a small part of that right now. We're going to take that to the next level to make sure you know exactly how to find the absolute best suppliers for your products to make sure that you have as little risk as possible and you can get your products sent to you for the best prices, best shipping, and also to have the fastest possible way to get to market. We're going to show you little tricks you can do to create a professional online presence, even if you've never sold online or don't have your own business or maybe never had a job where you needed, let's say, a LinkedIn profile. We'll show you how to get something set up so you look like a professional from the start. We're going to show you how to find and contact suppliers and give you even more templates than you may have already seen. We're going to show you how to calculate the true cost of a product. This means that even though you're paying your supplier one price, there's a lot of other things you need to take into account. They don't add up to a lot, but they add up enough that you want to take those into account to make sure that you are making a true profit when you launch your products. And then we're going to show you how to pick out the top supplier for that new product so you know you're choosing the right one. And at the end of module 2, we're going to show you about getting samples. And this is where everything becomes real. You physically get to hold a product that you will be selling. Now, module 3, and think about this, this is only 3 weeks away from module 1 opening. This is how soon you can be ordering your first batch of inventory. We're going to go over everything you need to do there and also how to brand your brand new brand to the world. So hopefully your samples will have arrived by then. If not, it'll just be a few days after that. We're going to tell you exactly what to do when they do arrive. Then using those samples, we're going to show you how to choose the best supplier and how to get the highest profit margin. And one thing we'll talk about that's not right here, we're going to show you how to pick the right supplier, not necessarily based upon the highest profit margin. There are other things that will make your life so much better and easier if you don't just look at the numbers. We're going to talk about creating a brand name that's going to stick out and look just as good, if not better, than every other brand in the world. We're going to show you how to design your product packaging. This was a great big blank spot for me when I started ASM. I had no idea how to do this, and I thought that I'd never be able to sell my own product because designing a package just befuddled me. We're going to show you the easiest way to do that and the fastest. Then we're going to show you how to create a list of Amazon buyers who've already bought your products so that not only can you follow up and get reviews, but you can also follow up with them and help launch additional products. And then one of the questions that always comes up is, how much inventory do you really need for your first inventory? And we're going to show you exactly how to calculate that in order to place your final inventory order. Then we'll go over shipping because you have a couple options. You can ship by air, you can ship by sea, you can also ship by ground if you're sourcing product domestically. We'll walk you through that process and what it means and which one you should choose. And then finally, at the end of module 3, we want you to place your first inventory and go over exactly what's going to happen, because there will be some time between when you place that order and your manufacturers need to create and produce that product. In module 4, while your products are being manufactured for you, there's plenty to do. There is no downtime at all. We're going to talk about building all your brand assets. So you're going to show you these critical steps that you can take right now and while you're waiting for inventory to be made that will help ensure your success, such as creating a brand like Facebook pages and your own website. Also, you can create a YouTube channel. You can create a Twitter account. You can create a Pinterest account. And there's all other types of assets above and beyond just those normal social media sites. We're also going to talk about creating an email account and an autoresponder that's going to take care of getting emails to and back from your customers. Then we're going to talk about setting that up so that you can get your first lead capture page. If you don't know what that is, that's okay. We'll walk you through it. But basically, it's going to let you get the real email addresses of your customers so you can market to them in the future. And then we're going to show you how to implement that lead capture page the simplest way possible. And if you're not technical, don't worry. I can do it. Rich can do it. We can all do it. It's very simple as long as you know the secrets to doing it. Then the next thing, while you're still waiting for that product to be shipped to you, is you want to work on creating the absolute perfect product page. Jason already went over, that light to show you exactly what he would want to do in order to add in better images and titles and bullet points and everything. Well, we're going to go over that in much more detail in the course. We're going to show you how to craft the perfect Amazon listing, looking at the keywords that you want to have on there so that you show up and get top rankings. We're going to show you how to create a traffic grabbing product title. It's more than just putting the right keywords in there. It also has to stick out and grab your customers so they want to buy your product. We're going to show you how to create the bullet points that really sell and will separate you from all the other competition out there. And then you want to go out there and create the product description. Everything below the fold there, what we call everything down below that image and those bullet points, that's still a great part of your product listing that you want to take full advantage of. And then as Jason also talked about, you want to really focus on your product images. If there's one thing you want to focus on more than anything, you want to have great images because those will attract and more importantly, convert your customers. And then you want to price your product the right way because you know what? That is a part of your whole conversion. Are they going to go for a low price or a high price or a price in the middle? We'll walk you through that because there is no one right answer. You need to hear from real experts who've been doing this about what's right for your type of product and audience. And then you're going to complete your full product listing. And before you finish up with this module, you'll get your automated email set up. And that's right, before your product has arrived at Amazon, before you're selling, we're going to take care of your customer emails. So you know that once you start selling, you don't have to do anything else about emailing your customers when they buy your product. Then in module 6, this is all about the absolute perfect product launch. And this is using our own strategies that we have developed here in-house, have been using for years. They work like gangbusters, and we're continually adding to them, as you'll see when we talk about all the other components that come along with ASM. So first thing you need to do is get your product from your supplier, your warehouse, your home to Amazon. We'll walk you through that because it may seem a little intimidating. It doesn't have to be. We'll show you exactly what to do. Then we're going to show you also to go out there and you're going to say, hey, we already talked about creating product images. Well, this is a little different. You're physically holding your real product with your packaging, your branding, your logo on it. Now's the time to finalize your images to make sure it shows everything the way your product finally looks. We'll walk you through that as well. And then the, kind of a part that people think is difficult to do, we're going to show you how to get your initial product reviews. And Amazon continues to work and improve and improve and improve upon this. People think that it may sound just the opposite. They're making it harder and harder and harder. What they're doing is they're improving on their product reviews to make sure that people cannot go out there and game the system. We'll show you what they want and how to get your first product reviews, and also alleviate any concerns that you need to compete with your competitors' numbers of reviews. You do not. You can go out there and launch with 3, 5, 10 reviews, and we even have mentors that today, I'm one of them, we launch products with 0 reviews. Once you've built up your brand, you don't have to have reviews. You do what we tell you to do, we should do what we teach you to do, your product will convert well enough and be high quality enough that the reviews will come all by themselves. Then we're going to show you how to boost your Amazon sales with something called the Amazon giveaway. And we go over the next part is launch, blitz, and rank. And I love that. And that tells you right there what it is. You launch your product, you blitz it with traffic and the right amount of traffic from the right sources, and then your product will rank. But first we go over the entire overview so you know exactly what the process involves. Then the hardest part of it is the pre-launch, and that's getting everything set up and ready to go. And then once you actually launch it, that's actually pretty simple. The launch itself is the easiest part of launching. It may sound kind of counterintuitive, but once you're inside of ASMX and you see these strategies as I walk you through this entire thing, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. And then once you're done, you want to measure results. That way you can see exactly how well your launch ran, and you can also see what kind of things you may want to replicate in the future because they worked well, and things you may need to improve upon. And we'll walk you through the right stats you want to look at. Then you want to make sure that you don't just stop doing everything right away. There's some specific activities you want to do after you launch your product to make sure that your sales continue to come in and your ranking continues to go up. And then finally, I call this rinse, repeat, and scale. It's kind of like what you see either on mouthwash or maybe on your shampoo, where it says, rinse and repeat. Once you've done this once for your first product, it's very simple to repeat this product for your second, third, fifth, 10th, 20th product. Now in module 7, this is about Amazon's advanced marketing and traffic tools. And the great thing about module 7 is it keeps getting bigger because Amazon keeps adding more and more to this. So we're going to talk about first, before we get into those tools, your performance checklist, because Jason is a huge believer. He's converted me and taught me this. You need to know your numbers. You need to know how many people visited your product. You need to know how many people actually drilled down into your detail page, how many people actually bought your product. It's all about traffic and it's all about conversions. That's the main statistic, but there's a lot of other ones you can look at as well. We're going to give you our performance checklist so you can use it as well to track the performance of your business and be quick to respond to what things you see are going on. Then we're also going to go through Amazon sponsored product ads. This is the dead simplest way to go out and get immediate sales, but there's also some simple tweaks that you can take into account and some simple formulas that I'm going to walk you through that'll show you how to make sure you're making money and increasing your ranking on Amazon sponsored product ads. Now, content marketing, if you don't know what that is, I know I did not. It's simply going out there and sharing with your customers or your future customers content about things that they care about, topics they care about. If you're a camper, you might want to hear about the 10 best camping sites in North America. If you're a survivalist, you might want to hear about the latest tools that are out there should another hurricane or earthquake hit. But we're going to walk you through how you want to go up there and set up a content marketing strategy. And you can do this all in advance and set up the right kinds of content to be dripped out to the right people at the right time, so there's always something to be sent out to your customers so that they want to consume this content, and then when they're ready to buy something, they trust you and they're going to want to come in and buy your products. We're going to show you how to set up something called Amazon Digital Coupons. This is one of those features that used to be available only to vendors, those direct wholesalers to Amazon who had access to these huge accounts and account managers. Well, we, as individual private label sellers, we use these now as well. And that's also true for lightning deals. It used to be, it was only invite only, and people couldn't get access to these. But you know what? Now, as a seller, once you get selling, you can actually get out there and start creating lightning deals, and they rock. We're going to show you something called the Raving Fan Customer Service System. A lot of this involves emailing customers and really making sure that they get all the right information at the right time. But there's more to that, and we'll go over that in the in ASMX. We're going to show you how to understand traffic conversions, like I mentioned earlier before. So if you track your performance checklist every day, every week, every month, this part's going to show you exactly what to look at to make sure where you may need to be improving. We're also going to go over something called brand registry. Amazon continues to give more and more tools to those of us who are selling products on Amazon. And by getting brand registered, and don't worry about if you don't know what that is, or if you're not ready for it, we're going to tell you what it is, how to be prepared for it, and when's the right time to go out there and start prepping for it. But we're going to show you what you'll get when you actually go out there and are able to become brand registered. Then we'll go over something called social media promotions. Jason hinted on it during his launching a product review. We're going to go into that into more detail, and I am doing some testing in the background right now on these coupons. There's some really cool things you can use them for, and that'll be a brand new feature of ASMX that no one has ever seen before. And finally, we're going to go over headline search ads and something called Amazon Stores. Think of it as your own website that's included inside of Amazon's website. That's the best way to think of it. It's another new feature that brand registered sellers get to take advantage of. And finally, in Module 8, it's all about taking your business to the next level. And this is where you get to finally achieve freedom. No one's going to lie to you and say this business doesn't take work and training and time. It does. But it doesn't take a ton of work or a ton of time. It takes the right smart decisions, knowing exactly what to do, when to do them, so you don't make mistakes and you take the right actions. We will walk you through that for the first 8 weeks of the course and then be with you every step of the way afterwards. Because what we want you to do is take your life to the next level. We're going to show you what to do when you run out of inventory and when's the right time to reorder. When's the right time to launch your second product? Is it right after your first product runs out? Maybe, maybe not. We'll show you what to think about and what to take into account when that time comes. How to choose, source, and launch the next product, and then how to scale your business to success. Because scaling is not growing. Growing is a linear scale or a line, if you think of it, just a line going steadily up. Scaling is this big curve that zooms to the top. We're going to show you how to do that. Then we're also going to talk about when's the right time to enter other markets and which are the right markets that you may want to enter into based upon where you're at right now. How to expand your products beyond your borders, and how to build a team that will run your business for you so the business doesn't run you. And then finally, we're going to talk about utilizing different systems for scaling and how you want to grow your business to either have a business for cash flow, like an ATM that generates cash every single month, or eventually to cash out, which is a lot of the things a lot of people that I know want to eventually do. And there's also the hybrid of that. If you want to grow this thing, you don't know what you want to do right now, totally fine. We go over that in depth. And if you want to have a business that creates cash flow that you know you can sell later on, that's exactly what we're going to show you how to do. So with the brand new web class that we just updated, you're going to be able to launch and scale your new business incredibly fast. And we cover every single thing that you need to know.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Mike. Appreciate the help. No matter where you live in the world or what experience you have or don't have building any business, you will discover exactly how to get started and build your business step by step. Including with the web classes are weekly group coaching calls. For 8 weeks, each week we jump on a private live group call with all members of the ASMX class. We cover the latest changes on Amazon and strategies that are affected, as well as answer your most common questions live. These are a great way for you to stay connected to the community and to make sure your business keeps moving forward. If you ever can't make any of them or all of them live, don't worry. You're able to submit questions ahead of time and you can watch the replays right from your members area anytime you want. The web class is the first component of the new ASMX. The second component is the ASM Mentor Program. We created the ASM Mentor Program 5 years ago when we realized that we needed more hands-on expertise inside the community so that members had a source of help they could trust. We contacted a number of members that were succeeding and were already helping fellow members. We were blown away when all of them agreed to provide this help. Now, not only are the mentors very helpful and willing to give their time to their fellow members, but are actually incredibly successful in their own right. And the last time we surveyed them, they each averaged over $1.8 million in sales on Amazon. Rather than being on your own or trying to hunt around the internet for answers related to selling on Amazon, we make sure the guidance you get is correct, current, and proven to work to grow your new business. To get access to this amazing brain trust, all you need to do is post your question in the community and they will be there to answer you. And as our mentors come from countries across the world, you can be assured you will get a prompt response any time of the day. Having this group of experienced and successful mentors to help you with any issue you might come across is priceless and helps make our community the incredible resource it is. The powerful ASM Mentor Program access is the second component of ASMX. The third component is your lifetime and exclusive access to the Amazing Alliance, our private exclusive community. You might be building your business and not know any highly successful Amazon sellers you can talk to. We know building a business can be lonely if you do it all on your own. We've been there before ourselves. But with ASMX, you get lifetime access to the private and exclusive community of ASM members. This includes people just like you doing as much as 20 million per year with businesses they built starting right where you are today. They've been on your same journey and are ready for you to join them. The moment you get access to the Amazing Selling Machine, you'll be able to log into the ASM community and start interacting with our members and mentors right away. The community is divided up to go along with the modules and lessons in the training. And we even have a special section, special sections that members have created all on their own to coordinate in-person meetups where members get together, help each other out, and share in their own accomplishments. Your lifetime access to the private community is the third component of ASMX. The fourth component of ASMX is the private resource vault, which gives you access to our private list of resources and contacts we use to build our own businesses. You can't get these resources anywhere outside of this program. We've estimated the value of this component alone to be over $10,000. You get it included with ASMX. Anything and everything you could need for your business is here all in one place for you to access and benefit from. For example, you get multiple copy and paste supplier contact templates, product and sample evaluation templates, and other proven powerful templates that you can use in order to know that you will be sounding like a professional seller from day one. You also get the private contact details of professional services we use in our own Amazon businesses, such as freight forwarders, photographers, videographers, and more. And not only that, you also get exclusive access to discounts on powerful Amazon software tools not available to the public. With the private resource vault, you'll have a huge advantage over other sellers that don't have access to this exclusive asset that we have been developing and adding to over the past several years. Your access to the private resource vault is the fourth component of ASMX. The fifth and final component of ASMX is the brand new, never released before automation tool suite. In the tool suite, tool number one is the brand launchpad. How to get traffic is one of the most common concerns for many new entrepreneurs. We decided to help you out with that, not only with a step-by-step program that shows you how to get traffic, but also with a special and unique traffic software solution. We have been developing and testing our own internal traffic system, and we are, for the first time ever, making it available to ASMX members. This system, designed and built by Amazon sellers from the ground up, has been tested and used by us and our mentors, and is finally ready for you once you join ASMX. You will get 6 months of free access to this software that is designed and built to not only help you launch your brand new product, but to also help you get consistent and profitable sales once you're up and selling. Tool number two, Amazon Analytics. This is the secret tool of many 6, 7, and 8-figure Amazon sellers. As an ASMX member, you'll get a full 12-month access that includes many powerful features such as email automation for sending customized emails to all of your Amazon customers to increase product reviews and provide stellar customer service. detailed traffic and conversion stats for all of your products, sales and profit tracking for your entire business, keyword rank tracking to see where you rank among your competition, and inventory tracking and alerts that help ensure you take timely action on keeping your products in stock. Then tool number 3 is the ASM dashboard. To make sure that you have all of your information you need to run your business right at your fingertips, we built another new tool right inside of ASM called the ASM Business Dashboard. This dashboard gives you critical real-time data telling you exactly how well your business is performing at every minute. You'll be able to stay up to date on sales, profit, traffic, conversions, inventory, advertising, and so much more. You can even see exactly how well your business is doing compared to past performance and estimate future sales trends. While we have already built in what we feel are your key performance indicators, we also made the ASM Business Dashboard completely flexible so that you can customize it with virtually any piece of data that is being tracked for your business. You're going to love being able to see exactly how things are going without ever needing to leave ASM. And then tool number 4, the ultimate keyword research toolset. This tool will allow you to quickly identify hot products out of the 500 million on Amazon that match our exclusive ASMX criteria. You'll be able to validate how many of your competitors are selling, you'll be able to validate how many your competition is selling each day in order to verify which products are the best opportunities. Determine how to make your product better than your competition by seeing exactly what other customers like and don't like about them. Know exactly which keywords are the right ones to target when creating your product listing and planning out your product launch. Optimize your product listing to make sure that they both convert and rank as well as they possibly can. And determine exactly which keywords your competition is bidding on so you can find low-hanging fruit for easy sales opportunities, and a lot more. Your access to the brand new automation tool suite is the 5th component of ASMX. So let me recap. With Amazing Selling Machine ASMX, you get the brand new 8-module online web class, the ASM Mentor Program, lifetime access to the private community, the private resource vault, and the automation tool suite. But we're going even further for you. In addition to all 5 of these components, you also get these 2 incredible bonuses. Bonus number 1, expert product listing valuation. How'd you like to have a true expert with a track record of real results on Amazon personally review your new Amazon product listing as soon as it's live? You'll get direct feedback on what you need to improve to make sure your product is as successful as possible. Well, that's exactly what you get with this special bonus. As soon as your new product is ready, one of our proven ASM experts will personally review and provide feedback on your Amazon product listing before you launch your product and before you start sending traffic to it. This makes sure you've done everything right, including keyword optimization, bullets, description, images, title, and more. This special bonus is only available until October 19th at 11:50 PST and is easily worth $1,000 or more. Bonus number 2, and this one is huge, the brand new ASMX Business Builder Challenge. We know Amazing Selling Machine has the power to change your life. Backed by our unconditional 30-day 100% money-back guarantee, you have the opportunity to explore ASM and experience all it has to offer completely risk-free. If at any point up until November 19th, 2018, you decide that this isn't the right business for you, just let us know that you would like to refund, and we will issue a full refund of any payments that you have made for ASM. The 30-day guarantee is your safety net and removes any risk you might have, but we believe we can take this guarantee one step further. While safety nets are fantastic, we believe we can go even further for those of you to fully realize the potential that this opportunity has to offer. To do that, we have created something amazing to reward you for taking action and completing all of the steps towards building your business. The ASMX Business Builder Challenge. With this incredible bonus, we are not only removing every possible risk we can think of, but we will also reward you for building your business. When you follow the ASMX training program, launch your product, build your brand, and meet the terms and requirements of the Business Builder Challenge within 6 months, We will pay you back the entire amount you paid for the course that you paid to us. Let me repeat that. When you follow the ASMX training program, launch your product, build your brand, and meet the terms and requirements of the Business Builder Challenge within 6 months, we will pay you back the entire amount of the course that you paid to us. What this means is you have until April 18th, 2019 to go through the full 8-module online web class, interact inside the Amazing Alliance, access the mentor program, attend the live coaching calls, utilize the private resource vault, and use the incredible tools inside the automation tool suite. When you do all of this and take the necessary steps for building your brand, you'll not only be the owner of a thriving business, but we'll also reward you with a complete refund of everything you paid for the ASMX program. So let me repeat this again, what you get. You get the brand new 8-week online web class, the ASM mentor program, lifetime access to the private community, the private resource vault, bonus number 1, product listing evaluation, and bonus number 2, the Business Builder Challenge. As soon as you become an ASMX member, you'll log into the private secure member platform. You'll start with the welcome module, which is available to you immediately. This module walks you through your members area and the fundamentals you need before you start building your business. As part of the welcome module, we recommend you post an introduction in the private members community to start building relationships. You'll have a few preliminary actions to take, including setting your goal for this business before the first module releases. Module 1 goes live on Saturday, October 20th at 9 a.m. Central Time. We have found it best for members of a new class if they all start at the same time in the program. This ensures they get the best support from the ASM mentors in the community. When you start going through the first few modules, you will know you've made the right decision. You'll know, in fact, you've made a great decision. You'll see that following the lessons and taking the prescribed actions is incredibly simple. The simplicity and clarity will be like no other online training you've ever been through. Whenever you have questions, you post them in the community and get an answer from a real skilled Amazon seller, the ASM mentors. 24/7, you can post a question and get a reply with just a few hours. You'll never feel alone or stuck building your business. Soon you'll be steadily making progress towards building your business. You'll find the perfect product to sell, find a great supplier, and create your new brand. You'll join the weekly coaching calls or watch the replays for new information, live questions and answers, a feeling of community. You'll start meeting your fellow members online and hopefully start meeting some out in the real world face to face. Chances are there are members right in your hometown today ready to meet you. As you progress in your business, you'll use resources in the private resource vault. By about the 3rd month, you should have your product live and selling. You'll own your own brand with your own product that you can show off to people. Once you get your product live and follow the steps in the marketing part of ASMX, your product will rise in the rankings on Amazon, and you'll start producing sales from real live customers. Soon you'll be getting consistent sales on Amazon every day. When you have new questions, you can jump into your ASMX members area and ask anything you want and get a real answer from experts. You'll then see the path towards the future you're after. Consistent, predictable, nearly automatic income from your business. You'll start making the transition from employee to full-time business owner. Then the magic happens. You're officially free. You've built a business that you control that allows you to do what you want when you want. We've helped over 23,000 people start and build businesses with this model over the past 5 years. Since we first launched ASM, our students have generated an estimated $8 billion plus in sales. Because of this massive success, we've been fortunate to meet and work with incredible people at the highest levels of business, such as the one and only Sir Richard Branson, who shared congrats on the great organization you've set up. All the feedback I've heard from people has been positive, so well done. And you've already heard from a few people who have been through Amazing Selling Machine, but there are so many more examples. Look at the results that our students are able to achieve. We've been recognized for the impact we're having in publications such as Forbes, Success Magazine, Business, Rich Dad Radio Show, and so many more. But now I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. I know you know ASMX is not your only option. If you want to build a business and you understand the power of Amazon, you have many options. There are a lot of cheap courses out there claiming to teach you how to sell on Amazon. We've been doing this for a long time, so we've seen it all. Many of these courses haven't been updated in years, leaving you with outdated strategies that likely don't work anymore in this fast-changing world of Amazon. Many of them teach ineffective strategies that haven't been proven to work in real Amazon businesses with thousands of sellers. Many have no proven successes they can point to. You have no idea if anyone has ever really achieved success with their training. Some will include strategies that, especially if outdated or ill-planned from the beginning, will get your Amazon account banned. And most of them lack any true support for teaching and mentoring sellers to succeed. Remember Galya and Andrei from the beginning? They said, we joined another training program before we joined ASM, and due to lack of support, community, and flow of the provided information, we got nowhere with it. When we joined ASM last October, and our business is now doing almost $40,000 a month in revenue. ASMX is different. We continue to update the ASM training to ensure that it is 100% up to date. Every lesson in every module of ASMX is the newest and best strategies. These strategies aren't theory. We've proven them to work in our own Amazon businesses and those of ASM mentors and our members. This means these strategies are effective and, most importantly, safe. You don't have to worry about getting your Amazon account banned by following what's in ASMX. And you'll notice, unlike the self-proclaimed gurus out there, we don't talk much about our own success. We talk much more about the success of our members. We have so many members that have built incredibly successful businesses with ASM. We don't need to talk about ourselves. And we realize that to help you build a great business, online videos aren't enough. We must make ourselves and the ASM mentors available to you anytime you want. You have a team of multi-million-dollar Amazon sellers at your back helping you and cheering you along the way. I don't say all of this to brag or to put anybody down. I'm only telling you this because I want you to succeed. I want to change your life. I want you to discover a life of freedom. It's my duty to tell you the complete and honest truth about what I think is in your best interest. I've talked to thousands of our members face to face. I've heard their stories of struggle and triumph, so I have a sense of where you are today. Take a look for yourself. What is your life like today? You likely have a job you have to go to for 8+ hours every single day, a job you don't particularly like. You're making money for someone else and trading your time for money. You're stuck with 2 weeks of vacation per year. Or maybe you own your own business, but things aren't going how you want. Either way, you're likely tied to a location, unable to go where you want, when you want. You can't spend time how you want. You can't spend as much time with your family and friends as you'd like. You can't go on the vacations and adventures you want. You're not building something you're proud of that gives you confidence. Not least of all, you lack financial freedom and are fearful of your lack of financial security for the future. All this can change. Imagine this. Imagine building your new business, leveraging the power of Amazon with a multi-million-dollar seller standing right beside you in your room, who wants nothing more than for you to succeed. Every time you have a question, he or she gives you the exact correct answer you need. Every time you're concerned about something, they comfort you and let you know it's all part of the process. Someone who is there so you avoid making big mistakes. There to give you shortcuts and tips to move much faster than you could have ever done alone. After a short period of time, you're an expert yourself at this business. You've armed with the skills, strategies, and expertise to grow your business as big as you want. This is the power of ASM. Once you're in ASM, you have everything you need to change your life and build an amazing business. If you were to hire a personal business coach that's actively running a business with millions of dollars to work with you day in and day out while you build your business, to give you the best step-by-step training available to build the exact same business and share with you all the resources available, that would easily cost you a lot of money. If you were to work with this person just 5 hours a week for 8 weeks, that could easily cost you $20,000 to $40,000. Getting personal attention from a real-world proven expert with a multi-million-dollar business isn't cheap. Or if you were to reduce the risk of building a business and increase the certainty you will be successful by following a proven model, such as a franchise, according to the Kauffman Foundation, that would cost you anywhere from $200,000 to $1 million or more. And you wouldn't own the brand at the end of all your hard work. Your investment to get everything in ASMX isn't anywhere near that. You can become a member of the never before seen ASMX today for just $4,997 or 6 payments of $997. That's it. No future payments, no extra fees, nothing. But even more important is the unconditional guarantee. You can try everything out in ASMX completely risk-free. You can access the first 4 modules of ASMX, and if you're not blown away, you get your money back. You can get help from the ASM mentors, and if you're not loving their support, you get your money back. You can engage with other members in the private community, and if you aren't satisfied with the engagement, you get your money back. You can access all the resources in the private resource vault, and if you aren't amazed by what we give our members, you get your money back. And when you get your new product listing live, you get your expert product listing evaluation, and if you're not happy with it, you get your money back. The risk is entirely ours. We realize ASMX is of no value to you unless it does everything we have promised to you. Therefore, we allow you to go through it at your own risk. There are no conditions for this guarantee. You are the only judge. We want nothing more than for you to build your business and change your lives forever. The doors to ASMX close in just a few days. Thousands of people have been watching our video series and are anxious to get in, as I'm sure you are too.
All right, awesome. So Jason, got a bunch of questions. You guys had some great questions, by the way. I love seeing that because that shows you guys are engaged, you're paying attention. And I hope no one dropped off because we hit that 1,000 limit very early on.
Yes,
so if they dropped off, they probably can't get back in. Here's some of the questions. So from Christian Krimmer, where can you get product images like these? Very simple thing. So one, if you have a phone, Pixel, or you have an iPhone or any kind of phone, you can take your own if you want to. A lot of people getting going will use their own camera. There's nothing wrong with that. However, if you want to get a professional to do it, it is not unreasonable at all. For 30 to 50 bucks, you can get a really high quality professional product image. And we have in our private resource vault, multiple companies will do that for you very affordable and provide top-notch product images.
You can also, even buy on Amazon. You can buy light boxes for like $20, $30 that if you like doing your own photography, they give you perfect little tools to be able to take pictures of products. There's tons of solutions, and we provide you all that guidance in the training.
All right, so this is from Mary. She says, I'm selling and having a heck of a time selling a product with variations on Amazon. Should I run away? Should I continue to try to sell this product or run away from it? Let me take this one. We talk a lot about what types of products to sell. We can both cover it. We recommend for your very first product, you don't necessarily sell a product that has a lot of variations. It doesn't mean you can't sell. Like for example, if Jason and I are wearing the same shirt, he had a blue one on, I had a gray one, that's the same product, but those variations are just different sizes, different colors, or different models. We recommend for your first product, you don't go for product with variations, but if you do, pick the best selling variation. Black on most products seems to sell more than anything. So if you're going to sell a lantern or a phone or a camera or, I don't know, just a picture, pick the most common color and start with that, and then later on you can add variations.
Yeah, and the important thing here is, when you're starting your own business with your own brand of physical products, there's a lot of learning to do. And so what we want you to do is to be able to get up and running as fast as possible to learn the system, learn marketing with Amazon, learn how to really be able to dominate the rankings in Amazon. And if you're trying to do that with a whole bunch of products that you're launching initially, whether those products are variations or different products, it just complicates it. Trust us on this. We've been doing this over and over again. We would not be telling you this if it wasn't the truth. We will only tell you what we know works the best. Start with one product, one variation, get up and running on Amazon, get your feet wet, get sales started, get revenue started going, and then expanding. You can then start expanding to hundreds of variations if you want, but start with one product.
Absolutely. All right. So the next one is from Zach. So Zach asks, how can I compete with others selling the exact same product? Jason, I'll leave.
Oh, well, first of all, you know, a lot of times people say, well, how do you compete with the big name brands? How do you compete with this? Well, so many people, first of all, there's over 500 million products on Amazon. There's millions of sellers on Amazon, and 99% of them suck at using Amazon. I know this is why it's such a big thing. One of the cool skills you can get from learning ASM, and we have many, many students who do this now, who now consult for big companies and show and teach them and actually do it for them, sell their products on Amazon. Because oftentimes these big companies, they just look at Amazon and say, it's another platform, let's just throw stuff up there. We show you how to put stuff on Amazon to convert and to make you sales. We show you how to beat the competition, how to use all the tools as effectively as possible, and we only work with the best experts in the business. So we show you how to take advantage of Amazon's sponsored products, how to optimize the best, how to do all the things so that you beat the competition. And the cool thing here is with Amazon, you don't have to be the #1 product. Ideally, you'd always want to be the #1 product, but there is room for multiple versions. In fact, most of my products, I'm not near the #1 product. And we're making millions of dollars a year with our businesses because we still know how to tap in and really tackle Amazon to be able to make huge profits.
You know, and I have great friends who sell some of the same products that I do. John Gill.
Yep.
He and I joke about it. We started off, 4 or 5 years ago, 5 years ago now, and we laugh because we sold the exact same types of products. And at first you're thinking, oh no, what am I going to do? One of my best friends is selling the same stuff. It didn't matter. As long as you're anywhere on pages 1 or 2 or 3, Amazon has so many billions of customers searching every year that you don't have to. People don't always pick only the top product. If they did, they wouldn't have a top 100. They'd have a top 1 in every category.
Absolutely. You know, and that brings up such a good point. It's like with Amazon, like I said, I think the latest estimate is a $500 million. I can't even remember now. The amount of searching traffic on Amazon is absolutely ridiculous. And the cool thing is you can drive traffic to Amazon from all different sources, do press releases, create websites that track to it. And Amazon's designed to convert. So the cool thing is Amazon does all the heavy lifting to you by giving you a platform that people trust, by giving you a platform that has millions of users, by giving you a platform that makes it so easy to buy. And all you have to do is learn how to use those tools effectively from proven sellers that'll teach you how to do it so you beat your competition.
Absolutely. Now we got another question from Lubna. She's asking, how do I sell on Amazon.com if I don't live inside the US? That is actually very simple. People think that where you live is where you have to sell. Absolutely. That is not the case. Where you choose to sell is not dependent upon where you live. Now, we do give you guidance inside the course as to where you should start off. If you live in the US, highly recommend you start off in the US. If you live in the UK or Germany, we recommend you start off selling there. Same as Japan as well. But if you live anywhere else out there, you can sell inside the US, for example. That's where I'd recommend. If you're not in one of those countries I suggested, I would start in the US, and it doesn't matter where you live. You can easily get what's called an ITN. That's an international identification number for people to start selling in the US. And as long as you can verify who you are and where you live, then you can sell in the US. Remember, Peter and Adina. You may have seen, or Jason, who am I talking about?
When I started on Amazon, I was living in Canada. I'm a Canadian. I didn't live in the States. I did it from Canada. I started selling when I was in Canada, in the States, and then moved into Europe. And I did it all from Canada. We cover everything. And in fact, Rich, he works, like if you're having any struggles, he takes you on under his wing and he makes sure that he works with you until he gets you up and running. So there's no worries about that at all.
Absolutely. All right. So this is from Shannon. She says,
you should come here and say hi real quick.
Come on, buddy.
It's just so you know we're being real.
I'm shy.
Rich is he's actually homeless.
It makes me look small.
And I say that jestingly,
but tiny. I haven't got shoes on. There we go. Look,
that's the reason why he looks tiny.
It's not just because I'm short.
All right, so Shannon asked the question, could you please talk a little bit more about selling in the restricted categories, such as beauty and health and personal care?
I'm going to let you take that one.
Awesome, yeah. So first off, restricted doesn't mean you can't sell them at all. It just means you have to go through a few hurdles. Amazon is getting much better. Again, I can say this a lot. They're getting better about reviews. They're getting better about counterfeits. They're getting better about inauthentic products. Also, when it comes to products that go in your body or on your body, they're getting better. They want to make sure that some fly-by-night company isn't coming in and just selling any old product they made in their bathtub. I actually know people who did that. They made the first shampoo in the bathtub. Another story. But when it comes to a restricted product category, it is actually. It's funny. They want to make sure that you are a verified merchant or manufacturer of that product, and so you have to go through another hurdle. All that is you have to give them the right documentation showing them that you are truly a manufacturer or working with a legitimate manufacturer to make that product, and then you can get approved. So what we recommend for your first product, don't sell in those categories. I mean, if you want to, if you're already selling on Amazon, we have a lot of people on this call who are already Amazon sellers who are joining ASMX to get all the bonuses and training. But if you're already a seller, you can pretty easily get into those categories. If you're not, I just wouldn't start off in that category, because once you're selling your first product and you know everything that we've taught you and how Amazon works, getting approved is so much easier rather than coming in the first week of the course trying to get approved in that category.
So that brings up a really good point. So there might be people on here say, oh, I have this great product idea, this passionate product I want to sell. You might be an inventor, say, I've created this product I want to sell. Whatever the thing is, for getting started, we recommend what? Follow the system. Believe me, when you hear that's the #1 repeated thing from all of our successful students, it's either, I wish I would have followed the system initially because I had to go back and do it right according to that, or I became successful quickly because I followed the system. We're teaching you how to get up and running as effectively as possible. Let's say that you have some health product that you've invented that you want to sell. The problem is, if it's not selling already, if you can't find it anywhere on Amazon, it might not be a good product to start with. So why would you want to risk all of this just to start something that doesn't sell? Instead, we teach you how to find proven hot opportunities that can get you up and running. And then once you're getting sales and building that brand, that's when you start expanding. That's when you start taking risks. Go for more expensive products, go for more complicated products, because you know how to do customer support. You found good suppliers to work with. Or start selling your own stuff, whatever it is. But first of all, follow the system. Once you follow the system, get through the training and get your product up and running successfully, the world is your oyster. You can start expanding to as many products as you want.
Keep bringing them, as many questions
Actually,
as you want.
I want to hit on something. This often confuses people. So they say, why, after 8 weeks, what happens? So the 8-week online web class is designed, like we could have, there's a lot of options. Why didn't you give us the training all at once? Why did you drip it out that way? We've been doing this over and over again, and we know how to get you the best results possible. And what it is the training is divided over 8 weeks. And that way it's broken up in the exact segments that we know will get you the best results possible. If we load too much front load into the training, you get overwhelmed, you don't do things, you take shortcuts. We break it up so that it's handleable, so that anyone can handle it by putting in just a little bit every day. And we recommend about an hour a day that you spend on this. But after the 8 weeks, that just means that you've gone through the 8 modules. You keep getting access to that. You get lifetime access to everything, actually. You get lifetime access to the community. You get lifetime access to going back into the training to get updates. So if in 6 months from now, you're like, oh, what was that strategy again? Just log back into your membership, go to the training, and it'll be right there. Plus, something that we didn't actually add on here, which I forgot to mention, is you now get lifetime updates. That means that whenever we release a new version, you get it for free. You get access to the training 100% for free. So if in a year from now, let's just say something happens, you had to step away, anything. When you come back in, you can be like, oh, cool, I can start right where I left off and I know that I have the most recent up-to-date training, and it doesn't cost you a penny to get access to that training. You get every update to the training that we do for the rest of the time that ASM exists.
Absolutely. All right. So next question, this is from Shika. The question is, when dealing with suppliers, do you have to buy the MOQ, which is minimum order quantity, or can you buy less? Yeah, so for this, a minimum order quantity is just what suppliers generally want you to order. Like, they don't want you to buy 1 or 2 or 5. They're a supplier. They want you to buy a couple hundred usually. It can go anywhere from 100 up to several thousand. But the important thing to keep in mind is this is you and them negotiating. And we're going to give you, with our templates and our training, the best negotiating tactics, how to go out there and get them to give you the lowest MOQ possible in order to get going. Now, can you offer less than what they finally come back with? Absolutely. It's a two-way street here. You have to agree to a certain quantity, they have to agree to it, and knowing the way the suppliers are, they're looking for sellers like us. Don't feel nervous talking to them. Their business depends on people like me and Jason and Matt and Rich buying products from them. Depends on all of our members buying products from them. They want to work with us, so they will work with you. You may have to spend 10, 20, 50 cents more for a unit in order to get a lower MOQ. That's another strategy. Offer them a little bit. It doesn't mean much to you as far as your profit goes, but it can mean a lot as far as your cash outlay goes. So you do not have to offer that. You can definitely negotiate it even lower, and I highly recommend use our templates and our training to get the best price.
You know, something really cool about this business too is it really allows you to go at your own pace, at your own budget. Now, we do recommend when you start, we recommend you start with about $200 to $300, 2 to 300 units of inventory, because we do certain promotions where you're going to give discounts, and we really want to get the momentum and velocity started on Amazon. So they see, hey, this product's selling, let's rank it better, and Amazon really rewards you for that. But the reality is, if you can only start with, say, 10 units of inventory, and that's all you could start with, you can do it. Just start with the inventory. When it sells out, reinvest more, get more and more. The only difference is that's not our plan. So our plan is, we designed everything to be able to, it's a 626 plan. This is to get you to 6 figures in 6 months. And that means we tell you how much inventory you should start with and the process to follow. And now, if you can't start with that much inventory, it is going to take you longer to be able to ramp up, but it's still 100% possible and doable. And in fact, a lot of our customers have had to do it that way, start with smaller budgets to get going, whatever the reason is, but it can still work for you.
Absolutely. Now, Matt wants to know, has the recent trade war and the tariffs with China especially affected Alibaba, the number of sellers and products there, and does the ASM model take into account in the profit margin? Absolutely take into account, and I'll give you my spin on this. I'm completely apolitical when it comes to this, and I want to get into that. But when it comes to like tariffs, the best thing to know about that is it evens the playing field. If I'm selling the same product as Jason and my tax rate goes up, so does his. If we're competing on there, it's an even playing field to know that everyone's paying the exact same tariffs or taxes on these products, and you're not going to be at any kind of disadvantage. And one thing that I didn't know this coming into the game was that the taxes you pay, these import tariffs, are only on your cost of the product. So if I'm selling this that power bank, let's say for 50 bucks, my cost is only going to be maybe 10, 12, 15 bucks. So the 10% tax on that could be $1.50. It's not going to be 10% on the $50. So incremental raises in the amounts of tariffs you pay don't come straight off your profit margin, because you're only paying it off the cost of the product, and it's even across the playing field. I haven't seen any issues right now at all with what's been going on. A lot of it is posturing, and it can change at any point in time.
And it's also fear mongering. The news wants you to be able to be scared so you can watch it. You know, this is also another, Rich is trying to get your attention. This is also another important thing to tell you why our pricing model is the way it is. If you have a product that you're selling for, say, $10 and you have such a tiny profit margin, that 10% can make a big difference. So if you only have like a $2 profit margin on a low cost product, well, then that 10% will bite into that. But if you have a $20 profit margin, that 10% is just a fraction of it. So that's another reason why for our pricing strategy.
All right, here's a this isn't a question, this statement. I love this one, Jason. From Valentina, she says, your team is incredible. Your results are astonishing. I'm glad to see the stars of your program being able to mentor us. This is such a family. Thank you so much.
It really is. Like, we really adore each other. Like, the mentors, they're all a family. Rich is actually the chief mentor. It's very, very cool. And if you ever get a chance to come to one of our events, you will see it's just a different experience. It's, the room's full the whole 3 days. It's just that we're at a different level because it's a business that everyone is enjoying, and it's making a difference in so many people's lives.
All right, big question from Bertine. Oh, we've already covered this. You want to know how much to get all this awesome training? We have covered that already. Yep. So from Moala, this question is, can brand registry, when done in the US, allow us to get brand registry in the EU? So we've actually had a lot of questions about this lately because Amazon keeps updating brand registry. We're actually on brand registry 2.0, which is the newest version of it. So if you get brand registered in the US, the answer is no. You do not automatically get brand registry in the EU because you need to have a trademark. And we talk about in the course exactly when's the right time to even worry about that. For now, don't worry about trademarks. Don't worry about brand registry. We'll go over that later in the course when it's the right time. But I will share a little tidbit that we found out from one of our advanced sellers because we network all the time. If you get a trademark in the EU, the US will use that as a verifiable trademark in order to get you brand registered in the US. So that's a tip that hardly anyone knows. You're hearing it on this webinar right now.
Bang.
Yeah. Okay, so the next question, let's see. This is from Bertine. Can I know how to create a title such as this? If it should be wallets for women, all caps, or wallets capitalized and then women lowercase?
So we do go through all of that in the training, and a big thing is you got to. So I don't personally recommend doing capitals on any titles in Amazon, and the whole reason why is actually I don't even know if Amazon allows that.
You can't have all caps.
I don't think you can. So Amazon doesn't want you doing things that kind of cheat the system more or less. Like you just want to use, like they'll format your title properly, but your purpose of the title is to be able to get the user's attention because they're going to be searching on Amazon, and then they're going to see the title and the image, and those are such perfect, so powerful things. So you want to make sure you have a great image, but you want to make sure you have a keyword rich title. And we recommend you have the top 3 keywords that you want to rank for in the title, but you want to make sure the title reads well. So let's using the silicone spatula example. So you don't want to have silicone spatula blue, silicone spatula for eggs, silicone spatula mixing. Like, so it would just read like, what? This doesn't make sense. You would want to be able to word it in such a way that when someone's reading it, they understand exactly what they're getting in a fluid statement.
Good answer. Great answer, as a matter of fact. All right. So this is from Dragos. I love that name, Dragos. Let's see. If
Dragos, you got to say it.
If I sell on Amazon in another country, how will Amazon send me my share of money in my bank account? Will it be after I pay my taxes from whatever on Amazon, or before the taxes, or is the money already taxed? Kind of a big, so there's lots of things taken account here, but let me kind of like break it down. The most basic answer is Amazon's not going to handle the taxes because they don't know where you live, and you pay taxes based on where you live in most situations, but they're going to send you your money to your bank account. Doesn't matter where you live. If you're living in the UK and you're selling in the US, you can have it so your money is transferred into their bank. And Jason, like, give us an example, like in Canada, did you have to get a bank account sent to the US?
No. Like when I started in Canada, everything was ran through my setup. In fact, I didn't even set up a business initially. Everything was set up in Canada, and I was able to tie everything to it. Now, there are some countries that Amazon has some issues working with banking. We have solutions for that. There's solutions out there that can tie into that. So I want to address a different part of that question too, because I know the word taxes and payments and all that kind of thing. So don't stress about things like taxes. Don't stress about things like, do I need to set up a corporation and all that? Like trademarks, patents, copyrights, all that kind of thing. Your first responsibility is to follow the system. We cover everything for you. Is then to get a product up and selling on Amazon. If you don't have a product up and selling on Amazon, you don't need any of that other stuff anyway. And so you don't want to all of a sudden invest thousands of dollars and get patents, trademarks, all this other stuff set up, only to find out that, hey, my product didn't actually work out too well. So we have you going at this really low risk way. So for example, I get my product up on Amazon. I do everything according to it, but then for some reason, my product just can't seem to sell. So then what you do is you lower the price until it starts selling. You get all that money back to reinvest in a different product. The reality is though, until you're making money, until you're generating sales, that's when you start worrying about that stuff. And the thing is, in the training, we show you how the pricing models to use everything so you can make sure that you're not losing money, because the goal here is not to just have you a business up and running on Amazon, it's to have a life-changing business. And that means a business that pays you, that gives you the money so that you can do those things in life, like the Zigglers, maybe help people around the world, or like you heard from the other people, buy a home, travel the world, help other people, whatever it is. But you obviously need to have a profitable selling product if you want to be able to do any of those things.
Absolutely.
So we're only 7 minutes left on this call. I just want to remind everyone about that. So 7 more minutes of questions.
Okay, so from Devin, can I take the classes on my phone?
Yeah, absolutely you can. Everything is mobile responsive. We realize, in fact, about 60% of our customers are probably, a lot of them are probably watching on a phone right now. Everything is designed for you to be able to use a tablet, a phone, whatever you want. No problems there whatsoever.
Okay, now the next question again. This one is from Janelle Farkan. Are you able to move along faster with the modules?
So the answer is no. So the reason is we drip everything out over the 8 weeks because this allows us as a company to be able to give you the most focused support possible. So, if, for example, if someone's, everyone's starting and you're all of a sudden jumping ahead and asking questions that are 4 modules away, people are going to be confused, distracted. They're not going to know why you're asking those questions. And we want our support to be able to be as timely and as everything, plus the weekly coaching calls. Now, the reverse of that is, let's say for some reason, let's say you join tomorrow and all of a sudden you win a vacation. You win a 2-week vacation, all-inclusive vacation to go somewhere. Well, I recommend you take that vacation and run and go, because in 2 weeks you can come back and just start from where you left off. Everything will be there, the live coaching calls, everything's recorded. And the cool thing is you can ask questions and get yourself caught up. The only thing we don't want people to do is jump ahead. And again, we've been doing this over and over. The reason we do this is to get you the best results possible.
Awesome. All right. So, and it looks great on the phone, by the way, for the rich, but it really does look awesome on the phone. So this is from Drew, and his question is, does the manufacturer create the packaging for you? I'll let you take that one.
Yeah, sure. So, using this example, and it's so funny. I've been doing this now. So I launched my first product back in late 2012, and I had all these same questions. The difference is, instead of having a course at that time, that's when I met Matt. So if you didn't know, me and Matt were in a mastermind. All of a sudden, I met this guy, this 24-year-old kid at the time, who's doing over $100,000 a month selling his own brand of products on Amazon. This was back again, like 6 years ago. And I was just blown away from it. And he started telling me what he was doing. So he started teaching me. And I remember thinking, like, how do you create your own product? You contact the manufacturer. Well, how do you design your product? You talk to the manufacturer. They will even have oftentimes in-house designers work with you. Don't always recommend that. You kind of want to have your own personal flair with it. But when you're first getting started, you want to keep things really simple. You don't want to invest in really robust packaging on your first product, because you just want to make sure your product's selling. Once your product sells, what I recommend is every time you order new inventory, try to do one little improvement to the product, whether it be packaging or on the product itself. But the manufacturer will do it. They will give you, for example, if you order this product, they'll give you a spec sheet, like a spreadsheet. I don't remember what that's like, a template. Yeah, then you say, okay, now give this to a designer so they can either do it, or if you hire someone on Upwork or whatever, any of those sites, you give that to them and they will design it for you. You send it back to the manufacturer and they'll make the packaging for you. It's super, super easy. Now, as you start investing more and growing, one of my products, for example, we've really improved the packaging on it because it makes a great gift, and we get a lot of compliments on our product because of the packaging. And that's a simple little tip to really increase the perceived value. If you have some products, you might, in fact, towels. I ordered these towels on Amazon a couple months ago, and they came in this plastic, like it looked like saran wrap about it. Honestly, when I got it, I'm like, oh, these must be cheap. I opened them up, they actually weren't cheap. But how much more they could have a perceived value where I'd be willing to spend more and use that as a gift if their packaging was better. So that's something you really want to consider. Get started with simple packaging, but as you start growing and improving, really focusing on making the packaging better, and your manufacturer will work with you. And let's say, for example, you are with a manufacturer that they're limited on what they can provide for packaging. We have resources of other services you can use to make great packaging.
I want to actually welcome, we have tons of names. I can't get to them all. Chanel, Ashley, William, Viviana, Derek, Rebecca. I get this scrolling all over the place. Everyone, if you're signing up here, welcome to the family, welcome to the community. You will you're gonna be amazed by the content you'll get when you get in there, by the family it's gonna feel like. It's awesome. Rich and I are looking forward to our first, when we talk about the first coaching call, we're gonna have a kickoff call. You're gonna get to see all four of us with Matt and Jason and Rich, myself, a week from Saturday to kick off the course. The very next Thursday, we're gonna have our very first live coaching call where you can actually hop on, ask any questions. If I can't get to yours right now because we don't have a lot of time left, bring them to that meeting, that call next Thursday, a week from Thursday, so we can answer any questions you have as well.
All right, cool. One more minute left to take a great question.
Okay, so Rich is telling me I got another great question over here. If I do not have any business experience, is this something that I can learn to do and be successful, just like you guys say?
100% yes. It doesn't matter if you've never sold anything before in your life. That is what our assumption is. And there's two parts to this. So number one, our assumption is you have it, so we're going to teach you how to. The second part is, and we get this asked all the time, I'm already selling on Amazon. Will you help me improve? Yes. The thing is, our system is designed, now the first couple of weeks is designed for people that don't really, have any idea how to get started on Amazon. But here's the interesting thing. Most people selling on Amazon that can't get started go through our training and realize they picked the wrong type of product. They didn't follow a good product sourcing procedure like we have. So a lot of them start over again because from our training, and then they skyrocket. And you heard from Galya and Andrei too. They've tried other courses. It didn't do anything. They joined ASMX, or they joined ASM 1 year ago, and here they already have a $500,000 a year generating business selling on Amazon. So absolutely.
I think it's time for one more question.
All right, one more question.
Okay, yes, and it won't be anything about cutting out time of this. Okay. So this is a question for someone selling on Amazon already. I've been selling on Amazon for about a year now with a product doing about 10 units a day. Is this training right for me? First off, congratulations. The fact that you took the initiative and built an Amazon business doing about 10 products a day, that's good. But Jason just said, this is still absolutely the course for you. This is all about scaling. It's not just about growing. It'll start off about growing your business. We'll work with you to grow those 10 sales into 15 to 20 to 30, and then it's going to be about scaling the business after that. This is absolutely the right program for you, whether you have never sold online before, whether you've never owned your own business before, whether you've never even bought on Amazon before, or whether you are a seller on Amazon already. There's something here for everyone. And like Jason said before, if you're selling on Amazon right now and you have a product, our training is going to show you, it's going to validate whether or not you picked the right one or not. And like you also mentioned, if you have that product, you may decide that either it's a great product and you've done the right thing and scaled that product up more, or you may decide, you know what, this isn't quite the right one. I'm never going to get to where I want to be. So you run out of that inventory while you immediately start sourcing your next product. So absolutely, this is for you.
And so I realize on this page, what I'm not showing as well too is our automation tool suite. So that's something else. If you're already selling on Amazon, the automation tool suite is going to help you tremendously. That alone will be huge. All right, so here we are. We've been on this call exactly 2 hours. Wow, we did that perfectly, buddy. So here we are. It's 3 p.m. Central on Friday afternoon. We are going to be closing this off. I want you to know we appreciate you so much for spending this time with us. The majority of you stayed on this entire time. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. And if you signed up for Amazing Sound Machine, I promise you it is our passion, our desire to help you build a business that gets you results. And I can't wait to hear the success stories from you. We appreciate hearing from you guys so much. We love being involved with you. We love changing lives, and we know that ASM can do that for you. Have a fantastic weekend, and we'll talk to you all later.